Hey guys, I decided to make 10 sessions on respond to situations on YouTube. This is the first session. 9 are going to come. Hey guys, this session is on respond to a situation. As you know, this task is added to Pearson PTE Academic test on 7th August 2025. From then it's become a part of the Pearson PTE Academic test. So before making this class, before creating, designing, conceptualizing this class, I have taken Pearson PTE Academic test myself, and based on my exam experience, based on my score observation, the assessment behavior, whatever I've observed. And, in addition to these things, I used all my peers and BT academic exposure experience to create this class. I'm sure you will like it. Let us move ahead. So let's quickly learn the basics of this task.
In the real exam, the respond to situation task looks like this. On the top, you can see here is the instruction. This tells you what to do with this particular task. Okay, so but if you are well prepared for the task, if you have awareness, there is no need to read the instruction in the exam at all. Underneath the instruction, you can see the situation mentioned. This is the situation. For this situation, you are expected to respond. Now, this situation is also read by the speaker. So you can get to read it. You will also get to listen to the situation. So now once the question is displayed on the screen, within few seconds, the speaker will start reading it for you, right? Maybe the time is approximately less than 10 seconds, you get. So it's like this: question comes on the screen. In less than 10 seconds time, situation gets read, and you can listen, you can read the situation. All right. And then once the situation is being read, okay, once it is read, you have 10 seconds of preparation time. 10 seconds of preparation time. Once 10 seconds of preparation time is finished, you have 40 seconds time to respond to this particular situation. So it's like this. The structure is S situation, that's going to come here. 10 seconds after situation, 10 seconds time is given as preparation time, and then 40 seconds time for giving the answer. So S situation, 10 seconds of preparation time, 40 seconds of answering time. S10 40. And when you finish answering, you have next button somewhere here in the real exam. Click it, go to the next question.
So the respond to situation numbers, there will be in the examination minimum 2 questions you receive, maximum 3 questions you receive. So that means 2 to 3 times this question is coming in the exam, basically. Number two, what is the speaking weightage of this task? So as far as the calculation of mine is concerned, it should give you in the range of 8 to 12 marks. If there are 2 questions, approximately 8 marks you should get. If there are 3 questions, you should get up to 12 marks, at close to 12 marks or something, maybe 2, 3 marks here and there you may get. That's the calculation basically. And Pearson PT guys, nowhere it will mention how many marks does it give for each and every question. So 3 secrets of respond to situation. Number one, it only supplies the speaking score. You don't get listening score or reading score from this task. Only speaking score is awarded. Number two, speaking for complete 40 seconds is not necessary. You can speak for 25 seconds, 30 seconds, 35 seconds. Basically, you have to respond to the situations sufficiently, relevantly, fluently. 3 things you should be doing, basically. So that's enough. It's not necessary to speak for complete 40 seconds. Like other tasks, describe image, you will not be speaking for complete 40 seconds, right? Read a lecture, you will not be speaking for complete 40 seconds. So similarly in this task also, you don't have to speak for complete 40 seconds time. And number three, as I already mentioned, it's all about what when you are answering a question, the answer has to be relevant, sufficient, fluent. Okay. So basically, in my observation, guys, based on the observation of questions and everything, what I understood, there are 2 types of respond to a situation. Number one is what? Student to a faculty. going to speak with the faculty or going to talk to a faculty basically, or the faculty or staff or admin of the university basically, fundamentally. So you may have to speak with the professor, course coordinator, teaching assistant, or maybe the office person, security, library, housing, etc. So these are all possibilities out there. So you are fundamentally a student, you are going to talk to any one of these persons as part of your response to situation with taking an issue to them, right? So asking them some permissions, going with an issue, asking them some permissions. The second thing in response to situation is student to a fellow student. Now you act like a student and you will be talking to a fellow student. The fellow student can be a classmate, a project mate, a senior student, a junior student. It can be a college mate, the one who studies in your college or maybe in your age group, basically. So these are the two things that I've observed. Why you cannot use templates in, or why you should not use templates in respond to a situation. Simple reason, every situation is unique. So you cannot have multiple templates for multiple situations. And if you start using a single template, a generic template for every situation, a template is nothing but collection of some words repeatedly you use for every question. That's what template. If you do it that way, there are high chances that your answer looks artificial to the human evaluator and it sounds artificial to the machine, right? Or the algorithm. There are chances. To solve this problem, I have a flow in place. So instead of using template, you can use a flow. So the flow will help you speak completely. What is it? Sufficiently for the situation, number one. Fluently for the situation, number two. Number three, it will give you a structure also while you are speaking. So these are the three things that can happen using a particular flow. The flow that I recommend you is simple flow. What is simple? S stands for what? Start the conversation or say hi. I stands for introducing situation. M stands for mentioning the problem. P stands for politely asking or politely requesting. L stands for laying an option, which is not 100% essential, possible, needed, you use it, otherwise don't use it. E stands for ending the conversation. So you start the conversation, you introduce the situation, you will mention the problem, you lay another option, and you will end the answer. This is called simple approach. The simple approach works very well. So you cannot use template. Instead of using template, use a flow. So I have tested this flow in my exam and I got 90 marks in my exam. So you can also happily use this particular flow and achieve 90 out of 90 in the speak. So in simple flow, for respond to a situation, S stands for saying hi or starting the conversation. I stands for introducing the situation. M stands for mentioning problem. You have to mention the problem. P stands for politely asking for something or politely saying something. L stands for laying an option. Along with politely asking something, you are also giving any option. L is not mandatory, up to you. E stands for ending the conversation. Hello, Professor. How are you doing? It's regarding my academic project deadline. I'm supposed to submit it on Tuesday. However, I was down with viral fever for the last 1 week. I could not finish it, Professor. Could you give me permission to submit it on Friday? Actually, I'm done with the project 70%. Rest 30% have to finish. It will be a great help, Professor. Kindly let me know. Thank you. Now we will refer to the score guide, the official score guide of Pearson PTE. We will look at the content part. Content is nothing but your answer part. Is our flow, SIMPLE, simple flow, to answer, respond to situation question. Are they going to get us good score or not? Okay. Are they created? Are they designed to give you maximum score in content or not? Let's see. Now, I will read out the highest score criteria for content. Let's see. Response deals with situation effectively. So, with using simple, using target flow, we are dealing with the situation effectively, right? The student is explaining a situation and asking the professor for extension, right? Successfully accomplishes primary communication goal. Yeah, the student is able to convey, right, whatever he or she wanted to convey, right, with full consideration of context in the given form. Nothing missed out from the context in the answer. It is completely addressed. Communicates with ease, flexibility, and precision throughout the response. So comfortably, the student is able to answer. Response is situationally appropriate. Of course, we are able to produce appropriate, relevant response and a fully developed response for the given prompt or question by expanding beyond the prompt language to provide persuasive response. We are not using all words same from the prompt. We are using our words also beyond the prompt language. So it is natural, it is organic when you're doing this. When you are using a simple flow, it is pretty much organic. Persuasive response. You're persuading, right? Could you please do it for me? Right? Will that work? Thank you, professor. Am I disturbing you? Something like that. So it is very much there's a content score maximum. Let's not look at five and all. We should get six. I think, I took the test already. I've done the similar fashion, same fashion. I got my 19 speaking, which you all know, right? Thank you. So there are three things that Pearson wants from you. The requirements for Pearson from response situation answers are three. One is content. The second one is fluency. The third one is pronunciation. CFP basically. CFP. So content is something when you're giving a relevant answer, sufficient answer, you are able to produce the perfect content. So I will explain you the content part using the Pearson, none other than the Pearson PTE Academic official guide. So if the pronunciation is understandable, acceptable, there is no problem. One need not to have a US accent or UK accent or some other native accent to get the maximum score. I am the classic example, right? Not necessary. Please understand, as far as the pronunciation is concerned, the pronunciation has to be understandable, right, and acceptable, right, with little bit MTI, mother tongue's influence is there. You cannot stop. Not everybody can stop, right? It's absolutely fine. Go ahead, right? Let's now talk about the fluency. So fluency, simplest definition for fluency, how to maintain the fluency while dealing with respond to a situation. You should speak in the flow. That is the simplest definition for fluency. The single word, one word definition for fluency or oral fluency in PT speaking or respond to situation is maintaining the flow. Now, when I say, when I ask you to maintain the flow, you may have one concern. The concern is what? This is more of a spontaneous task. You have to respond to situations spontaneously. I may not be able to produce the content, or one may not be able to speak fluently, as fluently as a describe image, as fluently as read a lecture. One may not be able to speak as fluently as summarize group discussion for that matter. Yeah, I agree that. I agree. So occasional fillers, occasional pauses will not kill your fluency score 100%. Please understand. So it is very much natural. It is very much human for somebody to have occasional fillers, occasional pauses, maybe one or two times during your 30-35 seconds or 25 to 30-second answer. You may fill a little bit, you may pause a little bit. That's absolutely natural, very human. Please understand. I had them when I took my test. I still got my 90, right? So please don't worry about the minimal pausing, minimal filling, minimal hesitation. They're very human. Don't worry about them. There's most frequently asked question. How long should I speak for? respond to a situation. You get 40 seconds time to convey your response, right? Give your response. How long should I speak? Is it good to speak for only 20 seconds? Is it good to speak for 25 seconds, 30 seconds, 35 seconds, whatever? So, guys, I'll give you one small thumb rule for all the normal, regular English users. You should speak for at least 20 seconds. Okay. So this is, I call it in my classes, the MAD. What is it? MAD, minimum answer duration. So you should be speaking for at least 20 seconds time, right? Depending on the situation, sometimes you may have to speak for more time. Sometimes you may have scope to speak for lesser time. So there is no hard and fast rule that every time you have to speak for 30 seconds or 35 seconds or 40 seconds. So remember MAD, minimum answer duration, which is 50% of the time given to you to give the answer, which is 20 seconds. That much you speak. Beyond that, depending on the situation, you may have to speak for 25 seconds, you may have to speak for 30 seconds, you may have to speak for 35 seconds. There's no hard and fast rule. Thank you.